Is Nana Kwame Bediako going to continue for the power within 2028, or he will stop? And I say, Obeba, name to say independent candidates like he came before. What you say? And I think say you will name Bia. New force, it's me putting it down. I think it will surely help everyone to follow the new force without checking on NDC and NPP, NDC, NPP, NDC, NPP. No. It's almost 30 years, more than 30 years. NDC and NPP have been leading Ghana and China way and now way China one, China blue. Just say we until Omasi. It's Nana Kwame Bediako about the right time. And or your right person, yes, the right person at the right time. That's what I would say. And you know what? I think suggestion saying can new force. It's me. I critique some things like the new force farms, the new force business, the new force enterprises, the new force this and that. Because Nana Kwame Bediako said this during his campaign. Or say, me fa no ni sembia no di tujano. It said the oche unkofo injuma. How you make cars, how be motor, how be rubbish, how be CBC. I mean industrialization. You understand? This man is having a clue. It's our idea and so baby. And right now, a domino. Me myself, I'm in it, and I'm not going back. You understand? Because I want the best for Ghana, and I want the best for myself, my descendants, and my family. Do you understand? Yes, Ghana. You see much. Now as I said, you anymore video. And then me know ebe she bibia ama yaka kohwe na yetie ensem a ewo mu ensem bi efa de me boss ya na come Bediako beto aso ana se onto aso bi onto aso no oba as independent candidate ana se odi duties bi be shen kofo bi nsa na obe create bi say we fa no enterprises, businesses, projects in the name of the new force and no about political side. That's a new force movement with those projects just saying kofo benya juma ye kofo benya ambitions like kofo be dreamer. You understand? Because leader nankasa a dreamer na leader no a ambitious. You from Ernest Ochiri Boatin Jr. the donor FM Skylar we a building a healthy nation show live on the Adkwart Studios. Michelle, kindly subscribe to the channel. Now bell and just click on that so that every notification will reach your premises. Do you understand? Put all your comments to the comment section. When you're done, share it with your family and friends. Like the post as well, okay? Let's go and watch the video. We'll be right back.
So Ghana's elections are over and John Dramani Mahama is the new president. What's next for the new force, ladies and gentlemen? I want to discuss two scenarios with you in what's likely to happen. Scenario number one is if Nana Kwame returns to want to build a political party and run for 2028 elections. And scenario number two is if Nana Kwame chooses not to run again and therefore not interested in forming a political party. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into that, be kind to subscribe to my channel if you haven't and click on the notification bell for more updates. Now, let's dissect this. Scenario number one is if Nana Kwame decides to run it back and this time set a political party. Folks, this is what it will mean. First of all, he will have to be ready to change his perspective of making decisions for the party, moving forward alone, and that may be a challenge for him. The fact that he will have to allow for not his individual preferences and style and structure and contributions, but also others will perhaps be the biggest challenge to him. On his own, he knows how he wants things done, but bringing in a whole groups of individuals with different backgrounds and mindset may not be as easy to put up with. So to me, that's going to be the first challenge should he choose to establish a political party. Secondly, there will be the need for national, regional, constituency and
before we will continue, I want to draw your attention on something. This clue fasona ya share na Kwame Bediako encrying because on kufono yes Bediako no on Bediako no na obi a okon so no de won say kon mojane say so many worries. Do you understand? And the person need encouragement. Do you understand? And name be power up. Do you understand? Yes, say strengthen Nana Kwame Bediako and some way every man Nana Kwame Bediako ehunu say you the fa na nye ya how so because Ghana there I think say Semba kumi no me say bi anana Kwame Bediako bafoforo nkofo start say omo keka no na ke betima bu na bem baako say oya akra obada bay na obese vote na nana Kwame Bediako de na obi akra ni baby ofri na ehu yan say waba sansem mu say yen semo I think say ka ebitimi ama papa yi ni daye so ana say na bam etimi abu, you understand, but though he's still on the feet and he want to do something, yes, but me fa kwenye so na wa obey no and I say me edru the side I think say on sua ne maybe say Ghana there ye hiam wa no ye ho chire ye aduane no kwa otama ye no na me gaga nti ye sa be chire ye ho na ho ye ndi so aduane ne ye pe na kom so adie pa nti onye ne ho na sa ne da ye so wanya fa Ghana for ho say obi bibia bo Ghana no onye bibi emwa because the campaign no na ensema ne wo mu bi ye say industrialization make creative way make creative jobs me fa we say otimi kra creative idea na ma ho say yeah on should then you should be say for billions one and baby common sense. And the guy sorry, the man is with it. That's Nana Kwame Bediako. He's with the ideas. Emma said you should be but something small now in the IBB kakraka. That's no. It is ready. We don't want it to go astray, but we want to make good use of it. You understand? Because it's not that easy to come up with such clues. You understand? Ready? Or bought nipa. Or the BBC do nipa now or the do nipa or pese soba enfaso nti na Kwame Bediako adom ni nhua nyansa awrade dia dom no ye pese eso eba enfaso ye hwere no onye ne ho na on to us no konkodin so be aboa Ghana. I think there can be something like what my co-media practitioner is saying. Ye ke betimanya eye new force farm, new force poultry, new force animal farming, new force carpentry shop, new force kente weaving or woven. I don't know, yeah. New force this, new force that, new force that. This one, I think it's a big movement because you Ajagraja movement, your Hawaii movement. And come in, so I will join. Do you understand? Because Ghana, papa, and they want a breakthrough. Do you understand? I think it's Illuminati. Money and Kofua. Or more target this or maybe be above for. They have the money already. And or more Emram send me a woman and the money be a war. But Nana Kwame Bediako any Illuminati. Now the movement is this or the banner. A movement that every rescue Ghana for a movement a day and Kosovo and the Asuje and Kabomu and the Sikabri ever back on my Ghana. It's Yenya Yenya Asuti Yenya Akukudrubi na in supporting Nana Kwame Bediako because this is the time and he is the right person at the right time. Yen in crime now Yema so your actions and improve seriousness. What I say? Only say yes, yam one now on so MY and send me no so yen kati shot no by the bay no be save votes no be so be easy. No, it's not about that. It's all about human resources and so emphasis. And I come media this year. It's so our faso be brave. No. Na I think say MY and so kind. Yes. Let's go and watch the video. We will be right back and talk about it again.
So now elections to usher in officials in charge of respective duties. This will be done after the launch of the party. So we are looking at a launch of a political party, elections at different levels, and we set up party and constituency offices across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, this is super expensive and rigorous process to undertake, and so I propose the party establishes a party enterprise to fund the activities of the party. I'll get into that in another episode. But take for instance a new force, party farms. This will instantly put people to work, generate income, and keep the party relevant in whichever regions we are established. Then we strategize towards media and grassroots campaigns. This part will be the most important arm of the entire organization, in the sense that whether we become successful in the next 4 years elections or not will be determined by the effort put into the campaigns and the number of new recruits. Monthly and yearly targets will have to be set and appraisals conducted accordingly. Listen folks, all these things I'm describing can be done when Nana Kwame Bediako first decides to run again and run with a political party. It's all based on his decision, but once he chooses to go with this option, we can now strategize on ways to maybe align with other independent or political parties moving forward. For those who remember, it took the NPP party aligning with almost 4 other parties in the 2000 elections to win their first. we will need lawyers and all manner of people on board. Now, involving the second scenario of if Nana Kwame decides not to run again and therefore drops the New Force movement, ladies and gentlemen, I propose we do not allow the movement to die, but rather put together a roadmap to do everything I've just said for the first scenario. You need to understand this, that if John Mahama doesn't amend the constitution to run a second time, because he has the numbers and he could do it with the numbers if he chooses to do it, 2028 elections will present a new face candidate for the NDC party and most probably a new candidate for the MPP party as well. Do you know that as it stands now, the MPP is fractured from within and may disintegrate even more if they maintain their current flag bearer? So there is so much we could do to attract the millions of voters who chose not to participate in this year's elections. If Nana Kwame decides not to run for 2020 elections, it will be a big blow in the short term to many followers who individually contributed to his efforts in the elections. But we must remember, these are people who are falling off from supporting the two main parties. Now, the number one challenge we will be facing is this. This has been the challenge with almost every movement or smaller party in Ghana since the year 2000. Financing has been the main reason why almost all these smaller parties have become proxies for the two main parties. I'm saying that to say this, that the smaller parties in Ghana are one way or the other dependent on the funding of the two main parties, and the New Force could easily fall into that if we do not have financial dependency as whether we stay as a movement or a political party. So if Nana Kwame chooses to push forward, which I encourage him to do, that will be the most ideal situation for the purpose of leading us with his popularity and policies, and also leading us into getting funding for the party. Let me bring this information to your attention. Before this year's elections, winning an election in Ghana was estimated to cost $100 million. This piece of information was put forth from the research of the Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana. $100 million for presidential elections alone. I needed you to hear this to have an idea of what it takes to become president of Ghana. Now, that 100 million figure is for political parties that have most of the structures in place already. They've got the offices, the vans, the pickup trucks, a whole lot of logistics, media houses in place. And so you can imagine how much a newly formed political party must invest to win. In addition to this, there is speculation out there that the NPP spent close to $300 million and the NDC party spent approximately $200 million to win. So the figures to invest by 2028, keeping in mind the kind of inflation that will be there, maybe 300 million and above. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not a walk in the park. You may have the best policies and candidates, but without proper structures and campaign methodologies, you will lose every single time. It's similar to having the best of any product but cannot sell much, but others having a worse product and yet dominating the market because of their marketing systems or strategies. People's goodwill commitment only will not get it done. There has to be those on payrolls and those on financial supports. The more you think deeply into the situation, the more it feels impossible to achieve. But ladies and gentlemen, Ghana is worth saving. Everything I've said here also depends on the performance of the new regime. Whether John Mahama does well or not with the economy, it benefits us. If he does well, the MPP will still be unattractive and will stand a chance of attracting voters who aren't voting for the MPP but won't also associate with the NDC. If John Mahama doesn't do well with the economy, we'll have a message to convince voters of how disappointing their two parties have been. There is, however, one condition under which a new party may come into office with zero or very small budget, and that is when there is a revolt or military takeover. Otherwise, the figure is the same. So at this point, not just me, but everyone who is in support of the New Force would like to hear from Nana on his plans moving forward. Thanks for taking time to watch today's episode, and be kind to subscribe and click on the
Eradi unshaw papa. Ah, in Chichemu, make Ghana for a problem be. Your NDC, your NPP. Then you never move your NDC. Now NDC have power. NDC be a project say or ye say oh mine. Now Bediako Chima. Now at the end of the day, you know, as I say, ye na yes a movie. Say oh NPP and you near Sako NDC. Sorry, from NDC to NPP. Now NPP for so about power. Almost be say oh ye say bit say ye cathedral near Jiska near Tom to near ye quine near ye ye say if you are so NPP for so am go near Sako NDC until I hear back on the sama ye kwa near ba. But I think this is a strategic process that you can use to bring the people of Ghana together in the name of new force, not NDC or NPP. Do you understand? Because the people are in need. They need jobs, they need food, they need money, they need improvement. Do you understand? It's a brand new force. A new force enterprise, new force FM, new force TV. You will see people will be working in there, journalists, not just anybody else, not just any journalist. Do you understand? Certified journalist with the better skills, with the good heart to do something for the nation. A journalist who want to serve. Do you understand? If Nana Bediako is a journalist, you think say go Juma for Scana? Nah. Me find a politician now. If the show to me say or be BB for Scana, though he's making the money already. He just wanna like show us the right way that he is on. He's already working on that right way. We are like yeah, you know, and see, he's making the money already. He's building a lot. He's developing a lot. There was a developer. Nana Kwame Bediako Juma Bay, where was me a developer. Yes. This will tell you something. He is with the target that we've been searching for since the past 30 years. That target to know there is no way. Say na umame bepe omampeniedi na so petumi bia boa ukabedi no dance ye se bibia mu ayaresa mu ye new force hospital sebe ma me na new force ne dia ma me ne bi new force hospital anye hwe afa nurses adwuma amomo ye new force poultry farm enkofu wo ho mu ye njuma ebi drivers ebi nkusua ebi cleaners ebi veterinary doctors omo hwe nkokọ no ebi say that's for new force. Do you understand? And there can be something like the new force TV, the new force farm, that's cassava farm, the new force rice farm, the new force this, the new force that, the new force factory, the new force that, and they're all money. He told you about some money that the NDC and the NPP invested during the campaign for the power. I'm not going to say investment because they are not like donating or say or now or fashion team investing the next day or cathedral and be to baby say that's it. A new force is having different idea. That's a support for all Ghanaians. Just say even Krobia Bruchiri, because the last time will be a white and he was watching Nana Kwame Bediako's documentary and the advice for we also in that idea or no or could be a factory because when we say Nana Kwame Bediako so for we boom create me BBC Mafi it's me fun for Juma you see upon any panini Juma. No scanner, but no nim kwan be so use scanner. Na kwa media ku kan sa no. Unya ska, unya idea no ye na dwen se wo ene ne me scanner be hyesa de ne mu. Uti ase, ti na kwa media ku na kasa oye full key, just say full source of happiness, source of money, source of everything. And yes ofiti na ko nya you, e ya dum e bade dia hyene sa right now. When you put them bread like from nowhere to somewhere, and the radiaman is idea into the right person, the experienced person. Do you understand? He's with it. He's with the skills, the ability, the wisdom, and the capabilities. Like he can do it. He can do it. I think new force. You hear him maybe say Ghana. You hear him maybe say. You hear him maybe say. You hear him maybe say. Can this BBC NPP say they can do it, they don't want to do it. But not Bediako want to do it. Join his campaign, not only donation. Of him campaign. I think Baumi and the team go to Muska call Hilly Calf. And no project bit said the main okay. Man, to say, come campaign time, no, be says, can say, you want to say, oh, Nanka Krubi here, maybe keke. Nana kwa media kwa nyeshe kwa pipes, put 2 pipes, and yes, kakito from Kron Krubi. Or chicheche, never be out, just a man of Funya, Muje Kri, and Mudia Stati Juma. Yes, we can do a lot. Nana kwa media kutu is in to do a lot for Ghana. So please, let's do well and give prayers for Nana kwa media na yen supporting no. Yes, let's all wish him well because the target no enya adike to akra mission no super papa a war, and he's supposed to be a warrior, and for a warrior to be stable if blacksmith for come on na be two ni one na territory na on the shield everything it's yen ni beboa ama warrior na be hye no mo gina for a kon it's yamwa na yema we nyina enkoso na Ghana there. So we it make us there. I know that we are not going to be the same, but we will shall change. I believe in change, and I believe in the law of nature. Everything is possible with God. All things are possible, and we have God. So get a believe in Nana Kwame Bediako. Your friend Ernest Ochiri watching Junior. Jumedi a building a healthy nation show. But that's so jibre. Now okay Jumedi. Make sure kindly subscribe to the channel. We are sharing for so HB. Macron. Bye.